Hello everyone, welcome to Another Day in the Car. I'm Jules, and in this video I'm going to talk some more about some things that came up at the hearing, but I'm focusing on various topics that popped up tonight while I was watching my guilty pleasure, Unmasked, and actually she had Chris from the interview room on there too, which is one of my other guilty pleasures. So, both of them in one video. Hey, I had to watch it. First off, airplane mode was discussed, and they went through that a whole lot at the hearing. It kind of drove me bonkers. They came to the conclusion that the arrest affidavit should not have said that Barry put his phone into airplane mode, because the specialist that was writing about it said that what was going on is it was saying leaving airplane mode did not mean that it was put into airplane mode prior to that, and they think it was just that it lost signal briefly because of the spotty cell service out there. But on a side note, they said putting a phone on airplane mode does not turn off the GPS on the phone. Next thing, they were talking about the trash dumps again. And Lauren was actually in the courtroom, so she got to see the displays, and all I could do was hear the displays and the descriptions of the displays. And she mentioned that she had audio trouble with some of the stuff that she was hearing in the courtroom, and over at the fairgrounds they had the audio turned up nice and loud, so we didn't have any difficulty with audio over there. Anyway, about those trash dumps, it was not a big object that was being thrown at the one that the ATM was showing. It was the trash cans outside of McDonald's, and he did put his hands in to push something in, and Barry was asked what he was doing there at McDonald's at the trash cans, and he told whoever was interviewing him that he was most likely putting McDonald's wrappers into the trash can. Next off, the reference to chipmunks. Defense made a big deal about it too, because apparently in the first 23 interviews Barry had never mentioned chipmunks. Confronted with that GPS pings that appeared like he was running around or chasing, and he was just showing the chart and said, hey, this shows that you were running around. And he said, I was probably shooting chipmunks. And then he didn't say he shot 85 chipmunks at that point. He was saying that up to date he shot 85 chipmunks. I also noticed that Lauren said that she hasn't seen chipmunks in that area. I'm afraid I have to disagree. I've seen plenty of chipmunks around there. It's one of my ways that I like to relax, is being out when we're camping and just sitting there and watching the chipmunks. So I don't know why Barry would want to kill any of them, because chipmunks are such cute little guys, and honestly I got pretty mad when I heard that he was killing chipmunks, because there's no reason to. But then I'll get into that GPS thing that went on with chasing Suzanne around, and it was a train wreck once it was cross-examination, because it sounded pretty damning at first when the prosecution talked about it. And then Lauren had technical difficulty with her laptop and stuff. I found out later from watching Plunder. They introduced where all of the points were, and they were at different locations on the outside of the house. And the arrest affidavit that guy wrote said that Barry had been running around the house, porch to porch, and that there was 4 signals, and that he surmised that Barry was chasing Suzanne and then did away with her. Then they went and brought up the map showing where those points are in Google Map. So it was at the exact coordinate, showed that these were outside of the house, but they were on opposite sides of the house. So then they were like, oh, and if we just do a straight line, let's measure here the distance between the points using a straight line, we're not even to bother trying to go around the building. And I'm like, yeah, what's going on here? And so eventually what it got down to was that going a straight line through the house to the other side, Barry would be moving at 38, 40, 45 miles an hour through solid walls. Then they got down to it, and in the report that was written by the expert dude, it said he thought that this was the result of the signals bouncing around in the canyon there. But anyway, they said it did not indicate anybody running around out there. And also, the Ritters, who are the Morphew's neighbors, said that they were out and about and they heard no commotion. And then while we're on the topic of the GPS signals, the one that was reportedly making Barry do a straight line towards the bike, they compared it with some other kind of signal off the phone, which showed the phone in the house and then this other signal, and I don't remember which is which because I'm not a cell phone expert, but basically the report said that because of that, they could indicate that the one that was going toward the bicycle was probably just signal bounce, and that something else, I think it said RTT or something like that, indicated the phone was in the house. And also the one of Suzanne's arcing somehow, they said that that was cast or something, I don't know, but anyway, they said that that also was not showing that her phone was leaving the house at all. It was searching for signal. The truck events that you guys were hearing about, that it is not related to Barry tampering with it. There was no tampering done. So anyway, I just took him at his word, that the FBI guy, when he said it wasn't tampered with. Also, Barry told them the reason why he went on Sunday was because he was there to wait for the load of stones, and he said that they did arrive. So whether they arrived and he just didn't tell Morgan and Jeff about them or where they were, I don't know, because they said that they were waiting on those and then they went back to Slida on like Tuesday or something because the bricks didn't arrive. But here we've got Barry saying that the reason why he was hanging out at that hotel is he was waiting for the shipment to arrive, and they did arrive. Unless maybe the guy said didn't, and I wrote down that he said did. And I guess that's about it for this video. If you have any questions that you want me to answer in a video, please put them. Please feel free to ask. And I will see you in the next video.